We're still alive. 5 years ago this month, so it's March 2022 now, I did my first introduction to my first permaculture food forest. That was 5 years ago. I stood in this very same spot and I had a tree, two little saplings about 18 inches tall. One was a Barbados cherry and the other was a star fruit. Well, I'll turn the camera around and you can see what they look like now. So this is our little sapling of the Barbados cherry. Provides us lots of nice fruit nowadays. Needs a bit of a trim actually, it's getting a bit too big. But that's flowering and providing fruit pretty much most of the year round. And then next to it was our little star fruit tree. Again, it's a really prolific tree, and that's 20-30 feet tall now, 20 feet tall. So that's just one of our star fruit trees. We've got several, I think 3 or 4. In this area we had, originally we had some lemon trees, but they for some reason produced really well for many years and then pretty much overnight died. Don't know why. So I took them out and then I was just experimenting with a couple of cacao trees to see if they would grow in these concrete cylinders, and they've grown really well. So we always like to experiment with the cacao trees, and cacao is the direction we've gone through as well now. We've changed a bit from our original idea with the food forest. So we've got lots of cacao in here now. We're introducing lots of cacao. And so let me actually walk you into the food forest. This is our back garden. So I'll walk into the food forest now. Through the gates, everything gated off because we've got dogs and chickens and different things going on. So this is I can't remember what it's called, Indian something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a native plant, self-planter. And you see all the little bees there. We have these bees. We must have 5 or 6 natural beehives or nests around the property. So that's a good indication that it's very healthy and helps with the pollination, of course. And we have no chemicals here, no pesticides, herbicides, all that stuff. Right here we've got a Pakistani mulberry tree, and it's not producing at the moment. I took the last few off in the last few days actually. But anyway, this is a good tree, grows really well. I have to keep cutting that back. Here, this tree, this bush with a grasshopper there. This produced fruit for the first time this year. It's beautiful green leaves. And this is a miracle fruit tree. Really nice fruit, little red berries basically, and one of the tricks of that is if you've got no taste, you chew one of these berries for like 30 seconds and then you can taste. So you can actually eat lemons and things like that, and you could have one of these and eat a lemon and just be fine with it. You don't get any nasty side effects, so that's kind of cool. Helps a lot of people with problems with loss of taste, etc. This is a normal, everyday kind of common variety mulberry tree. Again, we've got lots on the property. Usually pick these most mornings. There's one tree fruiting at some point all the time, and I get a handful of those for my breakfast, which is kind of cool. Below it, we've got some a big pandan grass patch. So I use that for tea and flavouring and just a natural, beautiful smell around the house. And around somewhere on here, taking most of the leaves. There we go. Some Malabar spinach. It's growing in here too. So this is really cool. Red vine, beautiful green leaves. You see them? Beautiful green leaves, and They're great for salads and cooking with. So, hopefully you saw the picture. I'm going to put a picture up at the beginning of this video if I remember. Where this land was literally just an empty, barren place, and now it's literally growing really well. It's not as dense as I wanted it, but I keep planting stuff here. But I kind of left it for a couple of years, really. Just cut the grass every now and again. It was watered by hand originally at the beginning. I just noticed they've got a bird's nest in there. It's kind of cool. This is a pomelo tree. We've got a row of pineapples. Got pineapples all around the property. Got 3 different kinds of pineapples. Just introduced some red pineapple. Look beautiful. We've got some dwarf pineapple, but they're at the farm. And then we've got these normal ones that most people grow around here. Probably got 300 or 400 plants around here now. So that's cool. Keeps us in pineapple, and because they're in different areas, some get sun, some get no sun or little sun. We kind of produce all year. So that's good as well. Where generally an industrial farmer would just crop them for like 2 weeks of the year. Got some kumquats here. Got 2 kinds of kumquats. We've got these with the kind of yellowing leaves and coloration on the actual fruit. And then over here we've got just the kind of standard, no fruit on this particular one at the moment. And it's on the shade of a mango tree. This is a mango tree I grew from seed. This one hasn't got any fruit on, but we've got some further down the property that I did grow from seed that have got fruit on now as well. This is a mangosteen tree. We've got loads of these at the farm, bigger adult ones that produce lots of fruit. We sell that every year and eat it, all natural. A beautiful neem tree. This is just for the health of the garden, but many uses, medicinal uses for these, and I put them in the compost and in the teas I make and things like that. We've got some sugarcane here as well, which is really good. Cutting that back, good for mulch. Some palms, not growing too good here. Soil was really terrible. It's getting better. Soil was absolutely terrible when we came here. That's my natural composting tea there. I just cut loads of weeds back. Plants we don't want, there's no such thing as weeds. Plants we don't want, grass, anything goes in there. And add rainwater, leave it, stir it every couple of days, 3 days. And after 2 or 3 weeks, use the water to feed the plants. So under here we've got a shampoo tree, like a rose apple kind of thing, and that's fruiting up quite nicely. It's really prolific. It's not the tastiest fruit in the world, but I'm not a big fan of it really, but other people are, so that's fine. I'm not sure what this is. I'm trying to get an idea on it, but I'm not sure what it is. I only planted that a few weeks ago, but it seems to be taking off quite nicely. Just behind it was a Djibouti Kaba plant, small one. Again, I just planted recently, but I had someone cutting the grass a couple of weeks back and he cut the top off. Thank you. Accidents. This is a ice cream bean tree. Loves it here. Keeps flowering, but it's not producing any fruit yet. So I don't know if it's not getting pollinated. This is from South America originally, so a good nitrogen fixer. Likes his spots, growing really well. That's good. Got some kratom here. Just planted this. Got a couple of these at the farm as well. So that I can't see because of the sun now. Hope you can see. So kratom, this grows a nice good sized plant bush for medicinal purposes, of course. Kind of another shampoo kind of tree. We've got all this birds of paradise behind it. It's grown like crazy. So my next job when I get some time is to cut all that back, because it's pretty insane. But one day I did try, and it was full of hornets, and so I ran. You don't want to get caught by the hornets. And this year I've been stung by bees so many times, so not fun. Trying to introduce more flowers now as well, for the bees and things like that. That's an ongoing process. Got lots of bananas. This is our kind of banana patch here, and we've got some pineapple in between. Got some cacao at the back. Our first cacao we bought and introduced to this food forest. So the bananas are being thinned out, and we take them out to get more space for the cacao. But we still get nice bunches of cacao there. Don't you can see that? Oh, sorry, bananas. There's a banana there. And so made this nice corridor of mac trees, bale fruit trees to walk down. Secretaire here, cycling. Let's see how to work out. So on this side, let's have a look up here. The star fruit producing here. Oh, lovely. It's nice star fruit here. Coconuts. Well, it's my little wild area. This is rotten. The sun and the wind and the rain. Anyway, something for the chickens to roost on. We'll take care of that at some point. Again, I left this to go a little bit wild. I need to get in and clean it up a little bit. But it's got some interesting flowers that I've never seen anywhere here. That's why I kind of left it. And I try and identify what they are as well. But the bees love them. They're all over them. So I left that. It's getting quite big. I should trim it back a lot. Anyway, that's that. We got one of our failures here. It's an avocado. It's an avocado I grew from seed. It's growing really, really well, and then we got flooded. We've had in the last 6 months we had some really, really bad. We had a tornado came through here bizarrely. Took down on our road to the left of where I'm walking now, about a dozen trees within the space of a minute. So they all fell on our fence and smashed in a few of our trees. It was a big clean-up job. And then a week later we had this freak flood, and the old people who live around here said it happened about 30 years ago. So this was like knee deep in water for like a week. So everything pretty much survived except for this avocado. It's a real shame. And we had some vanilla vine growing up there as well, and we still have. I might take that off actually, put it somewhere else. But at the moment I just left it here. It's alright for the birds to jump in and stuff like that, but I'll take it out and replace that tree. We've got small souse up here, getting eaten by the bugs and stuff by the looks of it. Pandan. Some Confederate rose. It's just a big flowering plant. Need to colour that back. Chop and drop. Moringa, small moringa. It's growing nicely. Beautiful. Love the leaves. Small cacao. There's healthy new growth on there. Another neem tree. I think this is a peach tree. Slow grower. I've got this pak choi, I believe. You can eat these leaves. It's really thorny stems, and it grows really quick. So I have to keep cutting that back. Got another cacao here. Looks really nice. Got some Oh, what's that? Some cherry. Only a small bush though, doesn't get a lot of light. Another avocado here, looking for the light. But what we've got here actually is, just here, is a rubber tree and another rubber tree over here. And they were self-planted, as was this tree here. All this growth on. These are just the wild trees. So again, I've left these, I keep chopping and dropping, just using them for mulch, and bringing in the natural insects and birds and things like that. And next to it, I've got a breadfruit tree. It's a very small breadfruit tree, it's not that big, but it's got a nice breadfruit coming along, which I've never eaten. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got another one at the farm, which is a huge tree, and it's a bit ahead of this one, and it's got quite a few fruits on it. I've got some Sacha Inchi or Inca peanut. Just planted these the other day. So that's what I'm going to use these rubber trees for, to grow some Inca peanut off those trees. Get a nice nut from those. We've got a rambutan here. Let me get around the sun. I'm shooting into the sun. Shouldn't be doing that. So I've got some rambutan, small ones again. But at the farm we've got loads of rambutan trees, so I don't care too much for these. I like rambutan, but I literally got so many trees at the farm, and they're big and old, 20-30 years old, produce loads of fruit. Another fruit tree. This is one of my favourite fruits, and I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is at the moment. But really, really nice cherry. Suriname cherry. There we go. My old brain works eventually. Suriname cherry. So every morning I come off and pick this. It's kind of getting near the end now. I've been picking it for the last week, 10 days. So there's not much on there this morning for me, so I'll probably leave those for the birds actually. So we had so much of that, we've been making jam every 2 or 3 days, because we've got 3 or 4 of these at the farm too. So what I do is, the farm I bought after this land, and a lot of the plants we've got are from here that we moved to the farm, and then things that were at the farm we moved over here, propagated and things like that, and cuts on the cost of buying more plants, which is ideal. Jackfruit tree I grew from seed, stepped back without falling in the pond. Huge jackfruit tree, get some nice fruit from that. Great, I've got a nice patch here of pineapple. And then we've got banana behind it, mac trees, lots of pineapples, another avocado, another jackfruit. And this is cinnamon. Let's have a look. Some new leaves coming there. As you see, there's beautiful red leaves. So this is a cinnamon tree. We've got one here, and then we've got 2 or 3 further down. More mango. Been planting a few flowers down here as well. And there's like a crab apple there. Nasty thorns. Some there's a nasty tree, a nasty plant. Trying to think what it's called, it'll come back to me. I don't know what this tree is, but it produces some really weird fruit. And it's super, let's see if there's any fruit on the tree. Can't see any at the moment. But it's beautiful. I actually bought it for the leaves originally, and then found out it has this fruit on it. It's a good size, and they are really super sour, but they're good in soups. Can't see any. Anyway, that goes really well. Here we have a strawberry guava tree, and we've had very few fruit from this. It seems to be growing very well and producing lots of flowers. Hopefully this year it's gonna produce the fruit. But the ones we've had have been beautiful, really tasty. And we've got another little pineapple here, a very small one. Lemongrass, lemon tree, cacao, oh sorry, coconut. Recent cacao plant. One I planted I think about a week ago. Get some shade. I love the shade. I need the shade early on. These trees, these are our adult cacao, and I need to cut these back and things like that. But they're all producing fruit. But what happened with these? They kind of like fell over about 30 degrees in the high wind. It just took everything over. This cyclone that came through here was just insane. I was at the farm at the time, and it was bad over there, but over here, all the way I was driving home, there's just trees down everywhere, but it actually came down our road for some reason, and then fizzled out. But all these trees fell over to about 30 degrees, so they're all grown at weird angles, and it's really hard to like, all these used to be really high up, all these leaves here, these branches, used to be really nice and high up, and now they're all sort of ground, so I had to keep cutting them off. But so the tree's kind of reorientating itself. That's how it is. So we'll have to work with that. Got a small pond here, and this is March. It's supposed to be the dry season, but the pond's 3/4 full. You can see that. It's only a small pond. Take water from it from a watering can, but it's not big enough to irrigate or anything like that. So we just grow a few things in there and some fish and things like that. But that, if you saw the video, I'll link to it at the top, from 5 years ago, same month, but 5 years ago, this is dry as a bone. This year, it's 3/4 full, and it's still raining. In fact, this morning I woke up and there's a little bit of rain as I woke up. There's some more cacao in the back here, behind this mango tree, and bananas. Let's clear these out. More chickens. There it goes. Screw pine. Ah yeah, that's a screw pine. It's not fruited yet. You can't eat the fruit. You probably actually technically can, I think. Technically can eat the fruit. But it's like a kind of pineapple. My friend has got a couple of beautiful ones of these, fruiting all the time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. What else we got around here? Let's have a look. More cacao. I've got 3 cacao here between these. Bananas. And like Bismarck palm. Huge. It's growing so well in this spot. I've got 2 of these, but this one's just grown huge. I mean, it's like just massive. Huge. Beautiful tree. Love it. And then there's this Calas bar, I think it's called. This is not a fruit tree, but it gets these big fruits on it that you can't eat, and they're like cannonballs. It's just a beautiful tree I picked up quite early on, planted it there. I think this is a persimmon tree. Again, ow, it's getting eaten by mosquitoes. I think it's a persimmon tree, quite a new one for us. See how that goes. Munched it in there. A recent addition. I think it's possibly a peach tree. Can't remember. A long time ago now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is another shampoo kind of tree, different kind. So that's pretty much the food forest. built the house here. That was being built on the last video 5 years ago. Wasn't finished. So we've got the garden. We gated that off. Have a garden there, lots of flowers. Got some cacao, some coffee growing in there. And then we're going to the other side, which we just planted a few trees. Back in that video, I watched it last night. To remind myself what I did. It's the only reason I make these videos, really, and if anybody else likes them, great. So we'll walk over there now and show you what we did with that piece of land over there. I'll just wander back this way. Looks like it's going to turn out nice today. Okay, so we've arrived at the last section of the land, which is the nearest to the public road. And in this section of the land, we didn't have a lot going on. We had a few mango trees and some coffee trees that were really yellow and anemic and not doing a great deal. So we moved the coffee trees to shade of the house behind me, and we've put in some raised beds, 3 of those planted with trees and bushes. And then we have a small pond as well. So let me show you that. So we'll start with a big jackfruit here, looking good. And here is the first raised bed. It's got some volunteer papaya growing in here as well. There's a couple there. There's a lot of morning glory. Lots of morning glory. And we've got some long beans on a trellis. And behind it we've got some corn. Now I haven't actually stepped away from this area for a long time. and one of the family members was looking after it, but kind of took it back now because it wasn't being productive as it should be, so I've had to step in. But anyway, we've got this going now. It's going really well. But what I want to do, I try the Three Sisters. So get some pumpkin in here, the ground, and then some beans growing with this corn. And try that Three Sisters. Never done that before. Here we've got some mulberry, small miracle fruit tree, some galangal, I think, or ginger, a mango tree with a big bird's nest in it, crab apple, and then another mango tree. It's got one mango left on it. So this tree is actually producing mangoes, but this is again from seed and planted at the same time as the others. So down here, I think they probably get a little bit more water. The ground's a little bit different down here as well. It's nicer soil compared to the rock hard clay kind of stuff we've got on the other part of the land where we've just been. So over this pond here, we've got some nice big mangoes. So on this little pond, we used to grow tilapia for our big pond at the farm. And you had a pump in it and stuff like that. So we decided to take the pump out. We didn't need that anymore. And now we grow this morning glory, and then this stuff here for the chickens, chicken food, and the geese at the farm. So it's got a few fish in there as well. So this nice big lime tree, a lemon tree, lime, Manao they call them here. This is bok choy. Literally, I've got so much of this stuff. That's good greens. Grows really well. And here we've got lots of pumpkin and melon. It's got a mango tree. Got some roselle there. Also roselle. It's all growing. Some turkey berry here. Can you see that? Turkey berry. This is a young durian tree. Got loads at the farm. More pumpkin. More mulberry. 3 or 4 mulberry trees here. Always producing well. Suriname cherry tree or bush. And then here, in this bed, I kind of got fed up with it a long time ago, so I planted 3 cacao in here, but now taking it back. So we've got a self-planted papaya, it's been in the compost. Got some melon growing here. Some Thai herbs and some bell pepper, green bell pepper. Got some peanuts here. First time trying to grow peanut. So looks like it's probably not too far off ready. I believe when the flowers go, it's ready to harvest. I'll have to dig that up and find out, but not quite yet. More pumpkin. Another citrus tree. More pumpkin, cacao, pumpkin, taro. Some really nice taro growing now. This is the first for us again. I can't believe I haven't grown it in the past. But I've planted loads at the farm now, and got some here. Got some lemongrass there with pumpkin sat in it. A lot of people think it's a bit of a mess and stuff like that, but all this symbiotic relationship help each other out. Covers the ground and get those heavy rains. Protects it a little bit. Got some more corn growing here. Let's have a look. this is pretty dense for melon, pumpkin, roselle, cacao. What else we got in here? All good. Bees are loving it. So many different kinds of bees. Look, we've got 2 here. I can just get in shot. Small honeybee. These are all wild. Don't have any hives or anything here. But we encourage them. We have some boxes and things like that. But most of the time, they'll just find a place to grow. Okay, that's all going on very nicely. There, that little patch, very healthy. Small compost pile, lots of lemongrass, bananas on the edge. You want to actually plant some more stuff here. More mango, forest flame tree, good nitrogen fixer, and then these beautiful flowers that just hang down in this vine. And they get huge bumblebees to those. So this is an area we had a small pond in here we took out quite recently. I did another cacao in there. Need to get some shade cloth on there. Some cinnamon here. Have an ant nest in it. Cinnamon. Citrus. Limes. Some Thai cooking. Small coconuts. And we've got some bananas. I really love the leaves of these cinnamon. The new leaves are stunning. Such a beautiful, vibrant red colour. Especially when the sun's on them. Go near the side. Get away. Beautiful colours. And another one. And then a... Oh God. A messy part of the garden. Or pandan. Got some praying hand bananas down here. Cacao tree. Praying hands. Can we see it? Oh, I'm not going to get it from this angle. Anyway, here we've got a couple of praying hand bananas, some mac, and a cacao tree. Nice trimming. Lots of water capture. 2 big ongs there. Catch water off the roof here. We built a restaurant here. Thinglish kitchen. But now we've, because of the older situation, the last couple of years, closed down. Wasn't enough to sustain it. So, saw a big lizard. We've got our pond here. Some wild fruit growing on here. So you can grab those. Some more there. I don't think they're edible, but they're kind of like in the passion fruit family, similar sort of flowers. And here we've got some beautiful yellow bamboo, clumping bamboo. And edge of a pond. A bit of a clear out the other day, so it's a lotus pond. And the restaurant there, which we're thinking of converting into an Airbnb. So here we are, roadside, and beginning of our property. So you see we've got the sacred lotus flower lake or pond. small walkway through it. Recently planted some cacao on there. It's already got some coconut. It's got lots of these beautiful flowers that the birds love. This is bird of paradise. See the ants on there, but all the sunbirds, which are like the equivalent to a hummingbird in Thailand. So this is the entrance to the restaurant that was. It's closed now for 2 years. And we used a bit of storage and our aquaponic systems in there and things like that. But if you'd like to wake up every morning to this quiet, beautiful, natural surroundings in the Thai countryside, we're like 20 minutes from the airport, Trat airport. We're about 10 minutes from town, but in a beautiful, quiet surrounding. So we're thinking of like knocking this down and making this into a nice Airbnb. So let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in saying something like that. But that's the tour of our food forest. 5 years on, lots of mistakes made, and lots of lessons learned. That's the main thing, learning from your mistakes. So on other projects, so when we took over the farm, I had a lot more better idea what I was doing, but I still know nothing. So always learning, so much to learn. So but I know more now than I did before. So if I took another project on, I have a far better understanding of how to start things properly and what my aims are before I even start. Where here I was just planting things here, there and everywhere and didn't really have a clue. But it's turning out alright. Obviously lots of things have changed. We introduced a lot of cacao. Let me show you the coffee, because if you saw the first video, you see the coffee was looking horrendous. But now I'm just going to turn it around and show you the coffee. Like shade. Look at these trees now. They're huge. They're 10 or 12 feet high. These bushes produce loads of coffee. You see all the flowers just dropped off. So these are all going to be beans. And we've got, what, 3 of these? 3 or 4. So that's good. So I don't drink coffee myself. I'm a tea man. But other people in the family do. So that's all good. So they're good. So I think someone on YouTube told me, said get them out the sun, that don't like the sun. So thank you again for that advice. And yeah, it's just nice coming out in the morning. It's like pretty quiet. Got no immediate neighbours. And the farm's even more isolated than this, which I really love. It's so quiet. And just get your mind together. Time to think. Time to relax. Center yourself. Get centered. Connect. That's what it's all about. So that's the beauty of a food forest for me, and we get loads of food from it. But yeah, that's what it's all about. Getting connected, getting centered, reconnecting, getting back to nature. Feels so much better than living in a concrete jungle, that's for sure. But anyway, I don't want to waffle on too long. So that was a tour of our garden. That's 5 years in of our food forest. And the plan now going forward is to actually plant more stuff in it, increase our food production. I thought when I was planting it was going to be I'd planted everything too close together, but actually I can plant a lot more in and use different layers. So still layering things up, so there's loads of space to still crank up more stuff in the food forest. So that's what I'm going to do there. So we're just going to get more food security by planting more food in our food forest going forward, which I think what we need to do, looking at the headlines nowadays. So with that being said, I'm going to pick some mulberries and go and get my breakfast. So we haven't done videos for a long time. Hopefully I can make some more. Just busy doing so many things. So I try to do a few more videos on a more regular basis. But I'm going to get some breakfast now. And if you like the video, check out our original one from 5 years ago. And then subscribe and like and share this and leave us a comment. And we will see you soon. I'll also do a video from the farm and show you where we are with the farm, how that's shaping up as well. So I have endeavoured to do that in the next week or two as well. All right, thanks for your time. Have a great day wherever you are in the world, and stay free.